Oh, look it now. We are live in action. Mhm. Oh, look at that there. Oh, you look pretty over there with them curls, girl.
Girl, these curls. This is my contribution to the big hair.
It's pretty to me. All right. So, you guys, we have 3 more minutes. I'm going to go on and send some stuff out on Facebook.
Okay.
And if you would just go ahead and let your people know and send them the, I ain't get rid of this gum. I'm acting up.
Okay.
I'm about to say we are live now.
Is it the same link from before?
It's the same. You saw the link I've been adding to yours.
Yeah, I just put my picture back up there 2 minutes ago.
All right, and those that are joining in, we are live. I'm gonna just let them know that we are live. We are live. I like this little part right here. This is okay. I'm all right now.
What?
Ooh. Look at that there.
Well, we got an hour? 1 hour, right?
We got one, yeah. Hold on, let me hold 1 second. Oh Lord. I am enjoying this here. We already got viewers coming on. I hear y'all, see y'all. Well, I don't see y'all, but I see y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So, put my headphones back on. We are in for an incredible treat tonight. An incredible treat tonight, and I'm really excited. I have to just send one more out because I want people to know that we're live. Make sure if you're just now coming in that you join the Purpose Professional group. As soon as you go into the Purpose Professional group, I'll make sure and add you in because myself or Jeannie have to add you in because we all have purpose. I'm saying live now. Okay. Oh, and I'm about to tag some of your sisters on here because who is that? It's tomorrow. You know, you got your sister axtani.com is tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Gotta get that money right.
You got to have them taxes, got to have it. Not even just your taxes. She's saying you gotta get that credit right.
Yeah.
Gotta have that credit right. Adding your brother Dr. Oliver, adding your brother Joe.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, we about to have a party. We about to have a party.
That's the gang. That's the gang right there.
Uh-huh. Yep. I am truly excited about this. Okay. All right. Let me get to getting. I see all the viewers coming in. I want to thank you for joining us. Tonight is 9:03. And oh my God, you're in for a treat tonight. I'm telling you, you're in for a treat tonight. We're speaking life to our health and wealth with Jean Gardner. I like to say fierce, honey, fierce, 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 fierce. Because she's yeah, I see you over there, honey. She got the fierce factor. Oh, she representing the brand, honey. Hey, she representing the brand well. And I'm excited about tonight because that's full of wisdom over there. That's wisdom over there. You know, in the kingdom, that's elder, honey. Don't play. Don't play. And so I know that she's gonna be giving you some nuggets and some knowledge. And I too, I'm telling you, don't play. I'm taking notes. Get your notebook out, y'all. Get your notebook out. Because I'm taking notes. You hear me? Because we're gonna learn how to speak life to our health and wealth the fierce factor way. So y'all get ready for this awesome woman of God. I you know, this is speak life, and I my principles are the word of God. So I'm excited to have her. So I'm gonna read her bio and introduce her the right way, so you guys can know who this awesome woman of God is and what she's done, and whew, y'all just get ready, because she ain't no joke now. She not about to play with you. Not about to play with you. All right. Jean A. Gardner. Jean A. Gardner is a CEO of Jean A. Gardner, a limited visionary of the Fierce Factor, and the owner of Salon. You know, I'm not going to tear this up, because when you say Najee?
That's it. That's it.
Najee. Yes. International, a fierce image and style coach, a native New Yorker, mother, and a motivation to many, including myself and so many others. I love her to death, I'm telling you. Whose path she has crossed. Jean's purpose and focus is to assist women and young girls in positioning themselves to bring forth the inner fierceness and ability to become international and determined to pursue all their goals without the option of not achieving them. Whether you meet Jean at an engagement or in her salon, it is evident that her purpose is to enhance beauty from the inside out, and it is truly her passion and calling. I'm excited to have just that right there. I just felt the anointing. Anointment. Come on. Your bio, good God Almighty. Okay, so Jean is known as your next level, authentic and unapologetic, fierce motivation speaker. Her unique approach to assisting women to discover, embrace, and ignite their fierceness always reflect a strengthening image that is always confident and stunning. Jean offers numerous of fierce. Oh, she didn't go. Okay, wait a minute now. Fierce. You're gonna have to say that word for me, because
fierce fident.
Say it again.
Fierce fident. That's fierce and confident together.
Fierce fident. Don't forget that word now. Fierce fident. Matter of fact, if you in Purpose Professionals right now, Purpose Professionals, I need you to hashtag fierce fident Jean Gardner. Hashtag fierce fident Jean Gardner. That oh good God Almighty. So Jean offers numerous fierce fident workshop and programs designed to build, strengthen, and fiercely ignite confidence, self-worth, image, and style. Without further ado, I'm so excited to have the Fierce Factor on Speak Life tonight, to speak life to your health and wealth. I got my pen. I hope you got your pen. If you have questions, you make sure you put them in the link and Purpose Professionals, or if you're connected to myself or Jean on the wall, make sure you tag her, make sure you hashtag her. This is about to be amazing. All right.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Letitia, what can I say about you? What can I say about you? We've been on the road together. We've been in New York City at night, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock or something, eating pizza in Times Square together. I tell you, we started something that we can't let this stop. Well, but it is a pleasure because you constantly speak life, and you are speak life. When I see speak life, if anybody else is trying to use it, I'm running them off. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm like, oh, you're not the real speak life. You know, you're a copycat. You're a copycat because there's a young lady who, when you say the word speak life, your name is synonymous with that. So I thank you for the opportunity to come on tonight and to talk about health and wealth. And it's really important. It's really, really important. And I'm going to come from a couple perspectives. As she told you my bio, I've done a lot of things, but I love women. I love girls. I love ladies. And I realized a long time ago that it was my calling. You know, it was what I did, but I found out that there was something unique about the ability to be able to touch a woman and a woman allowing you to touch her. And then it expanded to conversations and confidence and confidentiality. And I realized that this was bigger than just somebody sitting in my chair. So from that, I've expanded and expounded to being able to touch women. And that's what I do. Whether I'm on a platform, whether I'm in the grocery store, in the gym, if you get near me and you need something that I can feel it, I'm going to give you some fierceness. So we're going to jump on into this here. I'm going to let you know I'm unapologetic. I'm authentic. I'm a Brooklyn girl from New York. So I grew up in the projects. So I don't come with any really form of fashion, but I come to give you who I am and how I am. So we're going to go into this thing here about the fierce factor, health and wealth. Now, before we get started, I always get this conversation. What is it to be fierce? You know, what is it to be fierce? And I kind of look at people like, you don't know, but they don't know. They don't know because it is so much a part of me. It's simple to me. So actually, fierce came up for a couple of things. My name is Jean Ann Garner. So my initials are JAG, J-A-G. So as I grew up, I kind of liked it. I thought that was snazzy. And I began to like jaguars, big cats. And I started studying big cats. For some reason, I like the big cats. Don't like no kitties. Don't like no kittens. I don't have cats. I like big cats. And when I began to study big cats, I realized that there was something very mystique about them, something very methodical about them. They were very strategic. If you've ever, and to so much that me watching them, I began to watch them on TV, and I would sit there in amazement, and my mom would look at me and she'd be like, you really like, okay, I may be timing dating myself, but I used to watch Mutual of Omaha. Some of y'all probably saying, who? There was this show about animals, and I would watch big cats. Now I want y'all to go for just a few seconds with me on this journey. If you've ever seen big cats and they're about to prey, it's usually a big herd of gazelles or antelopes or something, and it's a bunch of them. But the cat is somewhere sitting back and he's surveying the land. He's watching what is going on. Have you ever seen a big cat in a hurry? No. They're very strategic. They're up in trees. They're back in the brushes. You don't see them coming. And what that cat does is he gets his eye on just one of the animals. Now, I want you to follow the story because I'm going to bring it back to you where it's pertaining to our lives and our goals. Once he sees that one animal, now I'm going to take a sidebar. He don't go for a weak one. One that looks like it's sick, one that's outside of the herd, he don't go for that. When he goes for it, he begins to move really slow. He don't jump off running. He don't really startle them. By the time he startles them, he's in full throttle. He is opened up. And when he opens up, he still has his eye on that one. Now, when he gets into the herd, what do? They start to scatter, but he stays with that one. And he eventually gets that one. So when I watched this, I said, that's interesting. And I've said that's how we are with our dream, vision, and goal. A lot of times, we see a lot of things that we want to do and we see them and they're grazing and they look good. And what we do is we jump out too fast and they scatter off. But when you go to get your dream, vision, and goal, when you get on that one, now I'm going to tell you something about the cat. Once he get into the herd, if you've ever watched it, and maybe you'll just go on YouTube and look at it, he stays with that one. There's some others that might be closer to him, but he doesn't go to them. What we do is we get sidetracked. And we'll say, oh, that was my goal, but it's too far. I don't feel like I want to run hard enough. I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to go to the closest one. And it doesn't succeed because that wasn't the one for you. Mm-hmm. So I want you to think about that. The next time you look at your goal, I don't care how fast it's running after you. If it's meant for you to have it, You're going to get it. But what you got to do is you got to be intense. To be fierce, for one thing, is intense. That cat is intense. Oh, he means what he's going for. He's like tunnel vision. He's going for it. And that particular animal knows that he's coming for him. He knows he's coming for him. Now, for most of us who have goals, do we get our goals real easy? No. We have to go for them. We have to be on Google Hangouts. We have to do conferences. We have to go do speaking engagements. We are doing webinars like we're on tonight. We're going for our goal. But you know what? There's a point in time that we run up on that goal and we have it. So I want you to understand that being fierce is to be intense. That means that with everything you got, you better go for it. And don't let nobody tell you too much. Tell them, oh no, I'm not enough. Actually. See, we got to start talking back to the people that's talking to us. That's going to stop our stride. See, that cat don't look to the left. That cat didn't ask this boy or girl which ones to go for. That cat saw, watched, sat there, took his time. Because if you ever looked at the animals, they grazing, they drinking water, they got their heads down. They don't see that cat. Your goals really don't need to see you coming. When you come up on your goal, you need to be saying, hi, I'm here. Another thing that the cat does is the cat is determined. Oh, you're not going to get away. Oh, I am going to get you. Oh, you will get caught. That's how we need to be with our visions and our goals. So how often we do vision boards and we don't become intentional or determined to fulfill anything on the vision board? It's just a bunch of pictures on a cardboard. So when I began to see that, I honestly began to embrace those elements in life. Now, have I always done it? No. So I'm gonna be straight with you. I done been unintentional, not too determined, because I allow myself to hear people talking to me. Now I want to say this here, and this is gonna be free. That for those who are on here, and those who will repeat it, or those who will hashtag it, whatever, there's some people who are in your hearing that you don't need to be listening to in this season. I'm gonna say it again. There's some people who are in your hearing. There's some people who are talking to you that you don't need to listen to their voice in this season. We're in a time and a place that if we're going to be fierce in our health and our wealth, we've got to watch who we listen to and what they're saying to us. People can say things really simple. I really don't want to say that. I think people say things deliberately, but there are those who are the dream snatchers. And the only thing that's different between a dream snatcher and a dream catcher is the two letters in front of catcher. If you change the S and N, and if you took off the C, if you put either one on there, you still get the same word. So dream snatchers will say something like this. Letitia Nicole calls me up and she says, hey sis, I'm doing a Google Hangout and I need you to be a part of it. And I say something about, well, do you think you're gonna get enough people to be on it? That's the first thing I say. That's a snatcher. See, a catcher says, when you're doing it, and I'm down. A snatcher will come off negative so easy that what you've done, now listen to that voice, you go, well, I hope so. You've already taken in their voice. So being fierce means to be bold. It means to be different. It means to stand out. It means to be against the grain. It means not to really be liked and it's not about being liked or accepted, but it's about knowing that you're doing the right thing. So as we move on in our health and our wealth and being fierce, we first have to know who we are before we can take on anything else. We've got to be sure that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. The people around me are the people who should be around me. I put a post out the other day about the circles, and it bothers me that people, we talk about circles and, changing our circles. And I'm like, it's not up for us to change the circle. It's up for God to change it. It's not for us to touch them. It's not for us to touch the circle. Because what's going to happen is as your circle enlarges, there's going to be some people who can't hang anyway. So they're going to be gone. So you ain't got to worry about getting rid of people. And then I thought about this too. The circle is the only perfect line, only perfect. So if somebody's in your circle, how do they get out if a circle is perfect? Only God can take them out. You can't open up a circle and tell somebody to get out. Then it's no longer a circle. It's an open line. So you talking about you're gonna take somebody out your circle. You can't do that. You can't do that because sometimes we need opposition around us to push us harder. Sometimes we might need that voice to go, okay, let me show you and stop telling you. A lot of times I'm gonna tell you, no, this is a season of just show, because we got somewhere that we're gonna go. So I'm fierce, and I'm fierce unapologetically. I am fierce because I am. Just because I am. Like, I can't even explain it. I'm so fierce. But I embrace those elements in what I do with it. So now, when we talk about the fierce factor in health and wealth, we're all building businesses and doing different things. And for those of you who are not entrepreneurs, but you still can have that element in whatever. You can be corporate. And I was corporate. I worked for IBM before I started doing hair. And I left IBM because I knew that wasn't for me. I had it. Matter of fact, I have a gentleman now who hired me at IBM, and he calls me Jag. That's how long ago. That was in the 80s. And he was like, he saw that in me, and he knew I wasn't staying. But as we build our businesses, we're so busy running. We're so busy doing this, and we're so busy doing that, that we begin to neglect ourselves, thinking that we're empowering ourselves and others. As we're empowering others, how tired are you? One thing I do love about Letitia is she shows great balance. She shows great balance. She shows times with her sons. She'll go separately with the boys. She'll take one, then she'll be with the other. Then dad is with the boys. And then her and dad is together. Somebody got the boys. I know they ain't by themselves, but somebody got the boys. But she shows family and how to balance that family. Because if we don't balance the family, how we can get off kilter? So we've got to start taking care of ourselves. Now, like Letitia said, I am an elder. So the word comes out of me just naturally because that's what it does. But I wanted to share this with you guys. It is John 3:1, and then Joshua, of course, we know it says, Joshua says, behold, I pray that you may prosper in all things, that be in health, just as your soul prospers. And then John 3:1 talks about that, for then will he, that you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. So there are some things that are on us. God is just not, he says in his word, he says, for then you will make your way prosperous. There's some things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to put in the sacrifice. The one thing about building a business, the biggest thing about building a business is not so much the people comment or whatever, it's the sacrifice it takes to get it to a place. It's sacrifice. And most of the time we falter in the place of sacrifice. Now let me go back. If you have a fierce type of mentality, you always stay intense, you always stay intentional, and you always stay determined. When you have those factors behind you, your sacrifice goes to another level at another place. It has to. Now people are not going to understand your sacrifice, but I tell you, let it start creating revenue. Let it afford you to do trips and people flying you somewhere. Oh, there gonna be some folks who's gonna be around, but they don't understand that sacrifice is the biggest thing. So we sacrifice a lot of things just to be successful in building our dreams. I really support and really love the folks who are building their dreams, because as you've said, you heard it said in tags and posters and stuff, if you're not building your dream, you're building somebody else's. While the CEO is off in Peru or somewhere, he off somewhere at the beach house, the Hamptons, he all out the country, Dubai, whatever. You looking. Why can't you be on the plane? Why can't you? Because it was sacrifice. They didn't do anything different than we have the ability to do or to be. It's just that you got to be smart, sharp, and savvy, and you've got to be persistent. When we go back to the word, it says that you will make your way prosperous. What are you doing to make your way prosperous? Now, along the way, are you taking care of yourself? See, don't get overzealous with making your way prosperous and you're not taking care of yourself. What good is it to you for you to gain all this and then you're physically not well? You're mentally drained. You're emotionally distraught. But you got it though. I got it. I'm here. I got all my 3 inches and I'm swirling and I am beat down. Can't wait to get back into my room, emotionally drained. My house is out of sorts, but I got success. He says that you would have good success. One thing that God says in his word, and when he uses good, there's some things that he just says that are good. And you just don't want success. I think that we're going for success. And the reason why it's not the best success is because it's not good success. Mm-hmm. Good success is permanent. It's ordained. It's in the word. So I just don't want to be successful anymore. It's time to change. It's time to change the words, Letitia. It's time to speak life to your success. Stop saying, oh, I want to be successful. Okay, you can be successful. I don't want to be successful. I want to have good success. I want to have success that is substantial, sustaining. I want the good success that has the promise around it. Something about the promise is that if you believe in the promise, you can have these things. So don't do no shortcuts, because when you compromise, if you drop the COM, you compromise the promise. Your promise is on the back of compromise. Don't shortchange your promise. Don't compromise it. Don't prostitute it. Don't sell it short. Don't give it to nobody for free. If you're doing, like I have some things that I'm launching, find your market, find your target, find the people. Don't prostitute your gift, or don't prostitute your, matter of fact, your success, your good success. Because you work too hard, you sacrifice ball games and family functions and coming in late and driving down the street crazy. I got to, for you just to give it away. And then he says that your soul prosper and that you may be in good health. So you're like, really? We talk about health? Really? But you know, it's important also. We have to be smart. We have to be good stewards over what God has given us and afforded us to be. So we can't be just ripping and running. My mama used to say, get somewhere and sit down. Sometimes you have to actually get somewhere and sit down. I have to find, and because what I do is so in me, it is part of my absolute DNA, that it's hard for me to sit down. I have to have a piece of paper and a pen somewhere at all times, or something to write on my bed, next to the bed, every little room, because thoughts come to me. And sometimes I have to say, I actually say to God, God, stop. God, stop. Stop. And then I'm up. I was up 4:30 in the morning, writing out my new brand mastermind. He just gave me everything. I wrote like 4 pages of stuff. He said, this is it. But I get my rest, because when it's time for you to go, you need to go. Like, I'm anemic. I have low iron, and had a really bad bout. I've had a blood transfusion. Just running myself down. I'm a hairstylist, so I'm on my feet. I'm a makeup artist. I'm here and there. Okay, I haven't told you about church life. I'm just being selfish right now. I'm just talking about my business. I ain't even told you about church. Okay, we have 2 services. So on Sundays I do that. We got Bible study. Then Sundays I have rest home, and then there may be a meeting that the pastor might need you. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. That's on top of the house, the children, the husband, the ball games. Now I have a 22-year-old son. Praise God, he's self-sufficient. So it's just like me and him hanging out. We see each other, we talk, we love, we eat, and he does his thing. I do mine. But how many, I still got to give him love. I still got to direct him. So I make sure that my health is correctly, because the doors that God wants to open for you, and I put this post up the other day. I said that, and God showed me this in a vision. And he said to me, and there may be a post, I just saw it. He said that I'm opening doors, but what I'm doing is I'm standing at the door and I'm holding it. He just didn't open up the door and it's swinging on 2 hinges. I see those posts, and they kind of work me sometimes. When I see the door and nobody's standing there, God showed me him kind of like standing there holding the door. He's making sure that I go through the paths that he's called for me to go through. And then nobody else can come in my door. Nobody else. So God is, in this season, you're going to open up doors, and we got to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I know you've heard that before. You got to be. The doors that he's opening up is taking us out of our counties. So we need to get our mentality together. That's why we got to be healthy. He's taking us out the county. He's allowing us to cross state lines. He's taken us to regions of America. So, it shouldn't be nothing that you got to go to the Northwest. It shouldn't be nothing that you're going up to Maine to do something. It's nothing that you're going down to Miami. So if you're down in Miami, you might as well go on across the waters and do a function over there. Somebody invite you to the Bahamas to do a conference. It shouldn't be strange. He said, think it not strange that in this season, we have got to be mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy. Healthy, meaning the condition of the body or your state of being has to be healthy. It has to be clear. Excuse me. It has to be clear. You have to be clear so that you can take in as you give out. With that taking in and giving out, as we are business owners or entrepreneurs, or we're striving to do these type of things, as you give out, you need to have somebody around you that's giving back in to keep you healthy. Because you'll get depleted. I know Letitia has to get depleted. Mm-hmm. She has to. There's no way that she does not get depleted. But she's got some girls that are on the Bible study that as she gives out 3 times a week, she gives it out 3 times a week. That's just on the Bible study. Because if you know her, she probably hemming folks up somewhere else on the job. She's jacking them. She's jacking them. Yeah, she is. I know she is. She catching them at the web or, honey, come here, and you done. But you know what? That's her calling. She can't help herself. She can't help herself. She can't help herself. But as she gives out, somebody's got to be giving back into her. That's part of your health. You can't keep giving to people and giving to people and giving to people and giving to people, and you don't have something coming back in you. We may be women who have super abilities, and we may like kind of being that superwoman, but we're not real super women. We're not real super women. We need somebody to lean on. You need to have a sister that you can lean on, that you can talk to, that you can be real with. You can say, look, this is what I need to say. I'm going to say it like this here, and I know you're going to love me anyway. I got a girlfriend who's a pastor. Oh, I thank God for her. And I'd be like, here I come. She'd be like, oh, Lord. Because I'm like, I need to be me. I'm like, I need to come. The elder needs to come. And she's like, okay, what is it? So we need to make sure that our health, and mentally, that we're not drained, that we're that's not overloaded, but that we're doing some stuff. So we're gonna go on and talk about this thing called wealth. And you know, one thing God does with me, he deals with me with words and acronyms and meanings. So when you say something to me, I give you a meaning. I look it up, you know, because I know we can say certain words and people just run off with them. So most of the time when I looked up wealth, it said talking about a lot of money, but that's not the wealth I want to talk about. You know, I mean, you're going to, by default, if you strategically place yourself like you should and do the things that you should and plug in with our sister Tani tomorrow and have our money straight, you should be able to get a lot of money. But I'm not talking about being wealthy with money. I'm talking about being wealthy in wisdom and in choices that you make so that you can make better choices. Wealth is a large amount of something good. We see it as money. We talk about riches and we talk about wealth. But we want to have, and it says the quality of profuse abundance. It said that he came that we may have life in that more abundantly. So the wealth that I want to talk about, the fierceness, the intense and the intentional and the determination to create, to have this kind of wealth, is a wealth that the world really doesn't understand, but it's the best kind of wealth. It's the best kind of wealth to obtain, because what you get through this kind of wealth is substantial. It stays with you. It becomes permanent. It actually increases who you are in your mindset. It increases when you're wealthy. You have a wealth of. What do you have a wealth of? Ask yourself, what do I have a wealth of? Knowledge, wisdom. What do I have a wealth of? Do I have a wealth of love? Do I have a wealth of what is it that I have a large amount of something that is good? And if you got a lot of stuff in you that's not good, then right now we need to kind of, that's another hangout. We'll be back. Because we need to get, a matter of fact, I'm gonna stop right there. Because we could talk about all these good things, but if a whole lot of good things are not in you, then all we doing is putting stuff on junk. So you need to get out stuff. Matter of fact, you do need to get out stuff, because you can't really begin to be fierce. You can't have a mindset that you're speaking life. I wrote something about the other day. I'm always putting encouraging affirmations and declarations, and that the power of words is so strong that good and bad words still have power. Mm-hmm. They have power. And so often the bad words get more emphasis than the good ones. It's like somebody say something good to you or encouraging to you, and the first thing we want to do is cut them down. I just think that, you look really nice today. Oh, this old thing? Really? Thank you. It's like when people say good things, encouraging things to us, we don't want to receive. We don't want to receive them. We don't want to receive them. But to be in a place that your health is good and you're in a wealthy place, you can't have junk and stuff in you. You can't have junk and stuff. It's time to unload that stuff. Anything people done dumped on you, you are not a dumpster. You're not a garbage can. You're not somebody's trash can. They boil up paper and be throwing it like it's a basketball or something. You're not that today. You need to declare, I am not that. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I will no longer let junk come into my ears. I won't let it come into my head. I won't do it. Because if you're on assignment, now, if you playing around and you're just a bystander or you in the background, see, this is not you in the wrong place. See, this is not a game, but we not taking no bystanders. We're not taking no onlookers. We're not taking no backseat drivers. And I'm unapologetic. No, get out the car, get out my way. I don't have time for freeloaders. Because I am intentional. I am intense and I am determined. I got some things I need to do. And if you're not in a position to really assist me in this time of day, it's time to be unapologetic, folks. I'm telling you, what they so. It's a place for everybody. Get a folder. I'm in a computer class now and I'm learning how to do file folders, and under a file, and then you can make all these sub files. Well, then just do one file and say, these are the folks who might, these are the sidebar people. And then under the file, you can put them in there. Now, do you not love them? You still love them. Nothing has changed. I ain't telling you to stop loving the people. I'm just telling them that they can't roll with you right now. I mean, if somebody says, okay, there's a function and it's at the top of the Wells Fargo and I need you to come, you need folks who know how to rock and roll at the top of the Wells Fargo up at the city club. You need to know how to roll. You ain't got time for that, because if you're going to be fierce, if you're going to be about it, let's go back to that cat. That cat ain't got a whole lot of boys and girls around there. That cat is like, what? I see what I want and I'm going for it. But they are around and there's this respect that they have. Okay, that's your territory. That's your territory. Okay, that took me somewhere else. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I might not, but there's a respect that even in the animal kingdom that they have that sometimes we don't have for each other in our businesses. So we're gonna come back. I'll come because I was going somewhere with that one, but that's another thing there. With your wealth, make sure that you have something that's tangible. That the key word for wealth is good. What is it that you have is good? What is it that you have? He says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. All good and perfect gifts are given. When he says good, that's the best. And in whatever you're doing, if you're striving to be an entrepreneur, if you write books, if you are still in corporate America, you need to be good. If you're in corporate America, I suggest you get a little side something on and make corporate America your part-time, make what you want to do your hobby, make it just do what it does. Because some of us are still in corporate America, but we have such strong things on the side that we look at them, we're like, wow, God, you're doing it. You're doing it. Because that's what he's doing. That's the doors, because you're not in corporate America just for you. You're in there to do something else. So glean, wherever you are, glean. Take those skills. What they teach you. I know, look, I used to work at Sephora in Crabtree's, a makeup and skincare store. I don't work there anymore. And because God said, okay, now's the time. But now the time, I don't miss being there. So if anybody's on there, be like, she said it, I said it, I'll tell them. I don't miss being there. It's not that I don't miss being there, but my time was up to move on to do other things. But how do you know all that teaching, San Francisco, Georgetown, different places that I have gone and got that training, how many of you know that knowledge is mine? How many of you know that it's on my resume? Oh, yes, I've been trained to do this. So how many of you know I have a wealth of knowledge that I probably could go to any skincare counter, any skincare store. I could go to any skincare company and says, I want to work for you. And you know what they're going to tell me? We would love to have you. Because I know how to talk their language. So while you're in certain places, build that wealth, glean, watch what somebody's doing, watch how they building a program, see how they setting up events. If you're an event planner, you're around somewhere, who's the distributors, get wealth, get the abundance of that is good. And then, because one thing about knowledge, whenever any training, any teachings, once you get it, it's yours. They can't come back and say, Gene, I know we taught you on Dr. Perricone, and so you know what salicylic and glycolic does, and you know algoronic acid, and you know about pills, and can you tell somebody about what to put here, and vitamin C and what it does? You can't. I gave them back what they gave me, but they can't take it away from me. So that is something that makes me more profitable. It makes me wealthier, because I can talk the language. I'm getting ready to, I have a skincare line that I'm affiliated with. So I'm getting ready to start that back up. And I know God has showed me, he said, with the wealth of knowledge that you have, you're already set up from the beginning to move. So what I want you to do today is think about the things that you need to ignite. Put a little fierceness to things to ignite. And igniting is putting energy to something. What do you have that's laying around? Where are you at right now? Where are you at right now in your careers and what you want to do? Now, I told you that God deals with me with acronyms, and he showed me the word fear, and everybody's got their little acronym for fear. And he told me this is what fear is. Fear is, I forget, I'm equipped to achieve my realities. Fear is, I forget. Whatever that was that had you apprehensive and edgy, oh, I'm forgetting that. I am no longer going to speak life to it. Because what we do is the things that come up against us, we keep talking life to them. I can't do something. You just spoke life to it. That right there don't need your life. What you need to say is, I can do all things, speak that life into it. But I'm equipped to achieve my realities. That's what fear means. I'm gonna forget that thing that told me I couldn't do it. I know that I could do all things through him that strengthens me. I am an achiever, and I'm going to take these realities and I'm going to run with them. That's why I'm telling fear. You know what, fear? Fear, bye. Fear, bye. That's what I'm telling it. Fear, bye. I ain't got time for you, fear. For what? I'm forgetting you. Oh, you can't talk on stage. You can't do a hangout. Oh, you can't. What? I'm forgetting that. And I'm kicking a whole nother gear. So I tell you, there's a lot that we can do with just the things that we say in ourselves. I'm just so adamant now about people speaking to me, things that they say. I have this thing that I say when somebody comes to you and they say something that doesn't work well with your spirit or it doesn't go well, I just kind of look, and I may say out loud, depending on who it is, and I may not, and I just go, return to sender. Return to sender. I'm not receiving that. It come to your house and you be like, this the wrong mailman, man. And then sometimes you put non-deliverable. How about, oh, come on, don't tell me non-deliverable. They don't belong here. Some things we don't need to receive, because if we're going to be in a place that's strategic and designed for us, we have got to have ourselves together mentally, what we read, even what we watch on TV. I will say this. I have really noticed my TV watching habits, and there's certain things I don't even entertain it. I'm like, really? We got real carried away, and I told you I was transparent, authentic, and there's no apologies. We got carried away with a little, what's some little shows, love, hip hop shows. And they was cute at the beginning. Then you started looking at them, and you're like, really? Really? And you're like, where I live at in my life, that's not happening. Because when I go out with my girls, ain't nobody cussing, ain't nobody fussing, ain't nobody tripping, ain't nobody sitting up on no tables, ain't nobody, throwing water and drinks. Where does people live? For real? Are they really in America? If somebody could please, and I'm so crazy. I'm like, I got a couple of friends in Atlanta. I'm like, I just really want to go and see in person. I just really want to see this mess. But that's not the lives we live. So even in watching that, I was changing the channel the other day, and one of them came on. I hadn't seen it in a while, so it was on the TV, and even it coming into my house made me think, that ain't even how you roll, boo. So what am I gleaning off of that? What are we reading to make ourselves healthy, wealthy, and wise? What are we reading? Any new books, any self-help books, or any articles? Can you share some knowledge with somebody? Oh, there's a lot that we can do that can keep us fierce, on top of our game. So, and being fierce is not something that I absolutely gave myself. it was a mindset that I had that was not spoken. And because I had embraced the concept of it so much, what people began to do was say, "You're fierce." And I would look at them and they was like, "Girl, that's fierce." And I would just look at them. I wouldn't say nothing. Because fierce hasn't, she's oh, and I'm talking to third person like Tamar, what in the world? Fierce. I was like, "She went what watching TV, where that mess come from?" Fierce probably hasn't maybe about 4 years now to actually own it, because I always was it, but I had to get to a place of owning it and walking in it and saying, I'm not apologetic. For somebody to say, "Oh, you call yourself fierce?" And I'm like, "And you don't call me fierce?" You know, and I have a whole different mindset now, because you would get an assurance when you begin to walk in what you're designed to walk in and what you have been given to walk in. There's an assurance and a confidence that come with it that nobody can touch. That nobody can touch. You can't put this on. You can't make this up. You know, a lot of people, all of a sudden now everybody's into branding. Brand is the big thing. The branding. And I'm like, how many you're already branded? Before you put on a t-shirt, before you put on a Google Hangout, before you put on a conference, before you get a business card, a Facebook page, Twitter account, Instagram, you're already, what the Bible says, Jesus says, who does man say I am? I want to ask you, who do man say you are? Who do man say you are? Go back, and because there's some things that even if we went back into our past, there's some things that we've done, and I've not done everything good. I have not dotted some I's. I have messed up some T's and some I's terribly. But people could go back and say, but there was always something. You know how you get that? There was something about you. And so many of us have evolved from our past, but there's still something that's still there. There's still something that's way on the deep that you were determined. You were bold. They'll say something, "Oh, you were bold. Oh, you were sassy. You were feisty." And you're like, I still am. I may not have been in the right way then, but there's still some attributes that God will say, I gave them to you from the beginning. They got flipped around, but how about I done perfected them now that I've got you a new creature? You're a new creature, but what he said that there be and there was, he had you from the very beginning. So when I look back on my life, I'm like, I was branding myself. I didn't know I was branded. So I get so tickled now that like everybody, you got all these people who are coaches. Everybody coach, but then nobody got no story. It's like, what's your story? What do you bring to the table that you can say, I got something I can tell you and you can tell it. I can tell this. And when you tell it, I just do a lot of thinking and writing, and being released from your past is when you can tell it and you don't cry. Like you can tell your past, and if it still kind of makes you a little, sometimes it'll make you emotional, but I want you to hear me. I really want you to feel me more so. Is that you can tell it flat-footed, look at somebody in the eye and look at them and like, oh, I don't need no tissue. People want to hand you tissue in church and stuff like that. You'll be like, I don't, Is that because what's happened is you've been released of your past and it don't hurt now. It don't hurt now. You remember it. I had a situation that happened to me, and I was talking to my sister about it, and I kept saying to my sister, I was 9 years old. As we was talking, I said, because I was 9 and something, and my sister was saying 13. She was saying 13, and I was like 9. I was wondering why was she saying 13. I'm like, well, who is that? I said, who is 13? She said, no, what happened to you? You were 13. And I said, I thought I was 9. She said, no. And now she all emotional. She all tore up. She's in Jacksonville, Florida. She all, no, sis. And I'm going, but I'm like on the phone like, because somewhere down the line, God said, and it hurt. It don't hurt now. It don't hurt now. So you're free. You're free. So as we go on this path to discover our fears, Discover who you are. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. To embrace it. This is who I am. I am an imperfect, what's my little post? I'm an imperfect Christian, just striving for perfection. Who am I? I am someone who wants to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I've got so much more to give now. I am in such a season right now in my life, 2016, that I'm like, this is how I talk to God. I said, you know what, God? That's all I say. He do stuff. I said, you know what, God? And I just laugh. I can feel it because he does stuff because he's positioning us, but he wants us to be smart because the things that he has ready for us, it's like God has our blessings and they're on the runway and he just wants them to take off. And he's like, okay, it's coming up next. But he wants us to be able to have our arms open to embrace them all. He don't want it to fall on stony ground. He don't want no bird to come and pick it up. But it has, there we go, good ground. There we go with that word, good ground. So even being on this Google Hangout is a choice, but it's good ground. It's good ground. I have people who have asked me to do certain things, and I'm like, I can't do it. Don't be afraid to say no. There's power in your no. No. Because you can't give your good. Listen to this here. You can't give your good somewhere that it's not meant. When we talk about husbands finding, or a man finding a wife, it says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. You don't say he finds a thing. It says, yeah, he who findeth the wife. Well, first of all, he's find the wife, finds a good thing, and he obtains favor. We forget that part, that he obtained favor. So the brothers need to know. So brothers on here, y'all get a favor because you find us good things. That was a shout out. I was having a moment. But anyway, I just want brother to know, when you find me, you're getting a good thing. But you know what we do is with good things, we give them away to those who don't deserve the good thing. And then now we got to kind of replenish our good, because what happens when the right person comes in your life? That goes with us as business partners and collaborators and those who allow other people to tap into their vision. You've got to have that good thing come in so that you can stay healthy, you can stay wealthy and wise. So I have enjoyed myself. I really have enjoyed myself tonight. I hope I have said something that has enlightened someone to their health physically. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Eat right. Drink water. Take your iron. Like me, take your iron pills and your vitamin D. I was depleted. My iron was like 7.9. My doctor's looking at me talking about, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, keep messing around, you're gonna have another blood transfusion. Be around people who bring wealth. I put a post. I do a lot of posting because I'm careful with my brand, but I'm consistent. And I put a post and said, I saw this one post that says, what do I bring to the table? I thought about it. And it said, what do you bring to the table? And I said, I bring the table. What do you bring? I bring the table. But that's just me being fierce. I don't care. I bring the table. I know folks probably say, she's arrogant. No, I'm confident. I know what I'm bringing to the table. But then again, I bring the table because I think all of us have our own table. Whether it's a fold up, a little something, we have our own table, and we have the ability and the control of who we let sit at our table. Just don't let anybody sit at your table. You can't go into one restaurant with outside food. That's an insult. You know, you go into McDonald's with a Bojangle bars. They're gonna say you can't have no. Some signs will say you can't bring no outside food in here. Be careful who you let come to your table, what they bring to your table. When they come to your table, make sure you know what's being served. Oh, don't worry about it. I got it. It's catered. I got it catered. That's good. Don't nobody take that one. I like that. I'm going to go somewhere with that one. I like that one. I like that one. God just said, work that one. You better. That's all right. Take it. You can have it. We can just do it. I love you. Yeah, you need to be catering at your own table. Don't let nobody bring it in. Everybody can't cook. You can't eat everybody's food. I just don't went somewhere with that one. I know went somewhere. I done blessed me. That was good for me right there. Thank you, God. Everybody can't cook, so you can't eat everybody's food. And everybody don't need to put their feet under your table. So on that, I'm going to give it back to Miss Letitia. I'm going to close on that one. Don't let everybody get up into your dreams, vision, and goals that don't need to be in them. Stop. I'm going to tell you this too. I said I was going to stop and tell you this. Stop telling it. Even when a woman is pregnant, she only tell a few folks around her, and she usually wait until her first trimester before she tell everybody else. Stop telling your stuff, because then you want to know why your dreams and stuff ain't coming through. Or you see them out there on Facebook and somebody else got your dream because I did it and somebody took it. But that's all right. I'm going to still do it before they do theirs because they know better. So I've enjoyed myself. I hope you've enjoyed health and wealth. I want you to be fierce, stay fierce. And just know that the Fierce Factor is here for you. Thank you, sis.
Honey. Good gracious. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. G was dropping some bomb on us. She said, your goals don't need to see you coming. I said,
oh, yeah.
Good God. Yeah, your goals don't need to see you coming. I love when my pastor say that. She was like, people don't need to see you coming. When you tell too much, and you tell too much, all on Facebook, lookbook, what I like to call it, telling too much, telling your business. I like that. And then, okay, I just got to put some of her nuggets out there. When she said snatchers versus catchers, if y'all missed that, some people that came in a little late, snatchers versus catchers. She broke that down. You can see it in the playback. She broke that thing down. Okay. And then she said, show some balance. You got to have balance to have great health and wealth. And one thing that I learned, always strive for good health before you go after wealth. Okay. Strive for good health before you go after wealth. Okay. And you said don't compromise the promise. That gave me goosebumps, honey. Don't compromise the promise. You can't even focus on the pain while you're going after the promise. You can't compromise the promise. You hear what I say? You can't compromise. God has gave you an assignment and a promise. You can't compromise. You got to understand what you have. You can't even focus on the pain. You got to focus on the promise. That was good. That was good to me. Another thing you said, that just caught me. You said, don't listen to their voices. Good gracious. If you truly know that the power of life and death is in your tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit, you'll be careful about what voices you let in your head. I said, you better go head on. You was preaching and teaching and talking and you was doing all that.
It flows together. It flows.
You was doing all that. You was teaching and preaching. And I just want to thank you because you dropped some good knowledge. And right now it's people on Purpose Professionals right now. I'm about to go over to the room, and those that are not connected in the room, Purpose Professionals, now is the time to get in, post about yourself, post right now. So you can get connected to all of the Purpose Professionals. All of us have purpose. All of us have an assignment. All of us have generations assigned to us. So the goal is get as many Purpose Professionals in one place so we can speak life into one another. Speak life into one another, because all platforms ain't for everybody. You just heard what Jean said. She say no. That was the other thing. Good God, there is power in no. Let me go on over here to this room. I'm sorry. I said, good gracious. Jean said it is power in no. Our group is called Purpose Professionals. That's what it is. Join us. Come on in if you're not in. Tani said, boom. Good, great. Tani said, boom. Who do men say you are? Good night. That I'm just going back and read the comments. Y'all just go ahead. Who do men say you are? Good night. Wait a minute. I hear you, Tani. Return to sender. I am good. She said she is good for that. I truly am. She will return it straight. She said, who is in my Wells Fargo folder?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So sacrifice in building a business. That's what we got to do. We got to sacrifice in building the business. So she gave all these nuggets, all these awesome nuggets tonight. And I urge you to go back and listen to the playback. You might have missed something. I know I'm going to go back and listen to it because she was given a lot of nuggets, a lot of spiritual nuggets, a lot of spiritual principles. And I appreciate you. If you have questions, she said, oh God, yes, that's right, Tani. You said this is good ground. There is power in your no. There is power in your no. Tamika Jones with No Excuse Zone said, thank you for your words, Miss Jean. She said, thank you for your words, Miss Jean. Praise God. I know. And then I was reading where a young girl, she said, put people in their proper file folders. She said that you were speaking directly to her. And that was author Jess Wright Jones. You know, we got a lot of authors, we got a lot of speakers, a lot of teachers on here, and a lot of entrepreneurs. Hey, like she said, entrepreneurs, speakers, preachers, teachers need life spoke into them too. Okay? You need life spoken to you too. If you're going every day, let me tell you something. God made the world in 6 days. He rested on the 7th. You need balance. That's what I was told. You need balance. And goodness gracious, you got to get away from people. You got to get away from people sometime and get filled up. So I ain't gonna start. We'll be here on another hour. I'll tell you that. Get filled up. And so Savannah said, where's the playback? It's gonna be on there. She said she's on right now. Boom. She said, I am on now.
All right, girl.
All right. I like that. They just let it. Wait, everybody, wait.
Oh.
Let's wave bye to fear. Bye, fear. She didn't just say bye, fear. She said, fear, bye. I like that. She said, fear, bye. Don't wait here. Fear, bye. Ain't nobody got time for fear.
Gone.
Ain't nobody got time for fear. Now, folks get mad at me, and I'll just say it like this. Because like my pastor says, she don't need no cussing preachers. She don't need no cussing leaders in the church. She don't need no I just say my purpose have ultimate control to kill fear. Now, y'all say it the way you want to. I say purpose, P, has H, ultimate U, control, C, to kill fear. Okay, I can't say that. I ain't gonna even say it. I ain't gonna even say all that right now. I ain't gonna say that. But that's how I feel about fear. Okay, my purpose, ultimate control to kill fear. So your purpose has ultimate control to kill fear, and you got to be fierce with it, like this fierce factor over there. And she just destroyed it. She said, "Fear, bye." That was good to me, Jane. That was good to me.
Entertainment too long. Yes, yes.
And then one more thing that you said that just resonated in my spirit. Fiercedent. Now, go on and tell the people what that is again.
Fiercedent is actually a workshop that I do. And it's a self-development, self-worth and image workshop that I do that helps people build themselves initially into going into entrepreneurship. A lot of folks just feel like they can't have it. They don't have the confidence to just really step out there. So that workshop came about to help folks to discover, embrace, and ignite their fear. So we go through the 3 steps of discovering your unique gifts, embracing those your imperfections, and igniting your fears so that you can be successful.
Absolutely. Now I know it's 10:02. If they wanted to contact you, Jean, if they wanted to contact you, please let them know how to contact you. And also, like I said, all you business owners out there, all you people that's that's listening now, make sure you post. Now is the time. You go in and you can post about your business. You can post your pages so everybody can like your page. You know, you can get more followers. Now is the time. It's time to be in the giving business. Okay. It's time to get in the giving business. Most entrepreneurs that give more, those are the ones that are successful. Okay. Those are people that are successful. You're an entrepreneur that take more more than you give. I don't see you making it too long. It is power in giving. So I want to give you a space where you can network and help each other. So go ahead and put your business down, put your pages down. Let us know about you. What are you doing? What's your next best big thing that's going? Do that right now. We're approving all of your stuff right now. So if you can tell them about your next big thing and also how to contact you, Jane.
Well, you can contact me at Miss Jean Garner at gmail.com, and I'll transfer that into my other email. That's Miss Jean Garner at gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter, Periscope at Jean Speaks. Twitter, I'm at Jean Speaks on that. And so be back starting my Scope Meisters, is I call my followers there, with Scope Meisters. And we're going to start doing some more of this here. And I have two masterminds that I'm doing to launch in March, which one of them is the Fierce Brand, defining your brand's signature. And another one that I will need some collaboration on, but I'm it's getting out there, which is called Girl Bye, Building Your Empire. Girl Bye, B-Y-E, Building Your Empire. And I got that because we was all Empire. Well, I really wasn't watching the TV. And everybody was just killing themselves to watch Empire. Sitting there just killing themselves. Just Lucius and the girl and everybody. And I said, we're sitting here with this fictitious people building an empire. Who's building an empire? And as I sat there, I saw Building Your Empire. And I was like, girl, bye. That's Building Your Empire. So I am going to be launching to that in March. So if those who are interested, you can inbox me on Facebook or send me an email if you would like to be part of that mastermind, because we're going to build businesses and we're going to define brands so that when you present yourself, you present your best you.
Awesome. That's good. Now, I can't let this hour go past without giving you a free copy of 10 dynamic tips for a fearless mindset. I want everybody to grab their free copy right now. I'm going to post it. I need you to text the word fearless. It's so fitting right now. Text the word fearless to 336-221-3819. Text the word fearless. I want to give you something right now. So you understand how to have a fearless mindset, to complete your purpose. Okay? To complete your purpose on purpose. You got to have a fearless mindset. God didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So you got to have self-control and love, and you got to be in control of all of this with a fearless mindset. Okay, again, that's 336-221-3819. Text fearless. I feel right now somebody is fearing less just by hearing this awesome broadcast live.
Yes.
They're fearing less right now. Jean, this was awesome. I don't even want to let you go, but I know I got to be mindful of people's time. And we said we're going to go an hour. The playback, we're going to put it in Purpose Professionals. I urge you to get in the group. We're going to be growing and growing and growing. growing, because we are purpose professionals, and we are purpose not only to build the kingdom, but also to build each other up.
Yes, I just want to say one thing. I was supposed to say when I'm so busy listening to you. For the first 10 people, male or female, who email me at Miss Jean, at MS Jean Garner at Gmail, I am giving a 20-minute consultation either on your brand or helping you with your business. For the first that, and I will be checking. You can go to my Facebook page, like me, and just say, hey, I heard you on the playback, and I will honor your request. But this has been awesome. I thank you so much. I thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And any business owner that have a voice, and you're fearless, and you're ready to let your word shine and speak life into the atmosphere, which shall not return to you void, you can contact me at LetitiaSpeakLife.com. LetitiaSpeakLife.com. If you're in the Raleigh-Durham area, on February the 13th, the Head Ladies in Charge movie will be played at the Haytide Heritage Center here in Durham, North Carolina. We have we got the director of the movie flying in. I can't even tell the other secret. I can't even tell the other secret of who else is coming down, but we also have Darlene Brown coming in, and she's in the film, and Emma Frazier, she's in the film. I mean, just some awesome women that are in this film that are coming down that day, and we're going to have a Q&A after the movie. A Q&A reception after the movie, and it's going to be amazing. So I urge you to get to Durham, North Carolina on February the 13th. Those of you that are in Fayetteville this weekend, I'll be speaking on this Friday. I'll put that up into the group as well. I'm just letting you ladies know, letting you men know, stay on your path, stay focused, keep looking to the hills from which cometh your help. If God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody. And tell your story so God can get his whole entire glory. Yes. And that's another thing I forgot to even tell you. Those that want to be in the book, be in my next book, bestseller book, now is the time. I'm only taking 20 people. Y'all put that out there on the group. Y'all go ahead and register. Get registered, because we're going to roll it out. And now is the time. You got to act now, okay? So I love you, Jean. I love you guys. I love you. I just love your brand, Fierce Factor. You wear it well, honey. You wear it well. And if please, now Jean has done my hair. Now tomorrow I have a photo shoot actually at Rick Crank's place in Raleigh tomorrow. So, but she has done my hair for and it was beautiful, honey. And if you need somebody to do your hair and you want it to be beautiful, please let them know where you at in Raleigh.
I am at I'm gonna help you out with that. I am at Najee International. My address is 6600 6 Forks Road, Suite 202, and I am in the Georgetown office complex. And Najee is Jean in reverse.
Wow.
I am my brand.
All right. Well, y'all be blessed. You got something else for us, Jean, before we close out?
I just want to thank anybody who wants to get in contact with me. I would love to hear from you. Let's just remain fierce, and remember that the Fierce Factor is all you need.
Absolutely. Y'all be blessed. I thank you. On tomorrow, we'll be here at 9 p.m. with AskTani.com, Tanisha Lane. So that will be on tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that too. So y'all get ready, get your pens and paper, so you get ready to write some notes, so you can learn how to speak life into your finances too. You know, she's gonna throw some of that in there, along with your health and wealth. Okay.
Oh yes.
So y'all be blessed.
Yes.
See you on tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.